Hello, hello. So, if your business or coaching feels harder than it should, or you feel like your team is slightly frustrated, or your clients are feeling that there's a little inconsistency, there's a good chance it's not a problem. It's an alignment problem. Today, I want to talk about why alignment between you, your customers, and your team is one of the most overlooked growth areas in small businesses and coaching businesses. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Linda Guild. I'm the founder of Elephant Circle Management and also the CEO of an association management company. And in conversations today, alignment has come up a lot in very different ways. And alignment is more than just everyone getting along. Alignment means that your offers match what your clients actually value. Your offers match what you value and what you've told your team that you value. The way you deliver your services matches you and your team's strengths. Your expectations are matching your capacity. And your structure and operations are matching the promises you're making externally. They are in alignment with who you say you are, how you've set up your company from a value perspective. And when those things are, everything is in alignment like that, everything feels clean. It feels lighter. It's not a struggle. And when it's not in alignment, there's friction. So let's start with clients. If you're attracting the clients who don't value structure, but your company runs on structure, there's going to be friction. Or if you're selling transformation in your coaching business, but are just delivering information, there's friction. If you're promising high touch, but your back end isn't designed for touch, again, you're going to have friction because you're out of alignment. So when you're out of alignment with customers, this creates scope creep, lack of boundaries, constant exceptions, emotional exhaustion, and revenue that actually doesn't feel as good. And it's not that those clients are bad. They're just not in alignment with you. So again, it feels like a mismatch. This same concept applies with your team. In a small business or coaching business, especially those with 3 to 10 person teams, you notice when there's not an alignment, when people aren't on the same page. They may be in roles that don't match their strengths. They don't have clear decision making authority or ownership, something that we've talked about on other lives. And I just want to stop. If you jump into the chat and have um, any questions or thoughts, please put them in the chat. Or if you come across this later, please drop any questions you might have in. Love to hear what people are thinking. So, if the delivery is depending on the founder and the way the founder does something, or if you have a chief operating officer that's running your day to day, if that's not in alignment with who you say you are, again, there's conflict, and it can be very subtle. You know, so it's and it doesn't make it necessarily a people problem. It means that you haven't created so that things are structured so that there's flow and that everything matches up. So it comes back to clearly defining roles and authority and expectations so that your team can operate with confidence and you don't become the bottleneck. So when your business depends just on your energy and instead of structure and clarity that it's matches the values, you're showing up the way you expect to show up for yourself and what your customers and team expects, not alignments missing. So why do I care about this? When people aren't in alignment, that's oftentimes when when they leave, right? So you don't retain team, you don't retain staff, and you stop having fun. I talk about the joy meter a lot, and that is something that is so important. Is, are you having fun? And when you feel like you're in alignment with what you're delivering, it's much easier to find that joy because your customers know what they're buying. Your team knows what they're responsible for and what's expected of them. You as the leader don't have to approve everything, and are able to offer repeatable solutions because you've figured out how to offer it in a way that makes sense for you, feels good, and the customer loves your product, or your services. If you're a coach, it makes revenue feel more stable, not uneven. And when there's not a lot of friction and conflict, it kind of reduces that noise in your head of that wondering what you need to change, and it increases trust. So it also allows you to grow, and because you have more space to think creatively, and oftentimes can increase revenue and profit. So if your business is kind of feeling a little bit heavier, it may be a chance to take a step back and just assess where something might not be quite in alignment with who you are, or are you attracting the right clients? One of the conversations I had today is something I think about a lot for businesses, is that so often we open our doors and we say yes to the first couple of clients that come our way because we're so excited to have our business and to be serving. But ultimately, they're not the clients that we can do the most good for. And because they're slightly out of alignment with who we are now. And so it's something to take a look at and to evaluate your clients. Look to see your team. Are they in the right seats on the bus, is what I call it. Are they on the same page from the values that your company exudes and are delivering? And does your structure help you to deliver on your promises? Because when you get the alignment right, it feels easier, it feels lighter. And I think there's more joy throughout an organization, and it becomes easier to sustain. So if anything of this resonates, comment alignment, and I'll share some questions that I ask founders to help diagnose whether they're in alignment. And I look forward to having you. Have a great night. Thank you.